Hello friends and welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. Welcome to the Healthy Dose of Disney podcast series type of thing I'm doing here on this channel. Last week we spoke about quick service locations that I deem to be the best quick service locations on Disney property and some that are just simply my favorite. This week, we are going to be continuing on the topic of food, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about some table services that I think are the best, not necessarily my favorites or ones that I've been to before, but that I think could be the best for large families or smaller families, or depending on the kind of food that the families enjoy. So I'm just going to talk a little bit on the different sit-down restaurants that each park does offer. And hopefully the next part of this food series that I'm doing on the podcast, I will just focus on character dining itself, because I love character dining, and I have some opinions and some favorites that I would love to share with all of you. But for now, let's just talk about some sit-down locations that are pretty good. So just like I did last week, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to break it down into each park. And from each park, I will list some of my favorites. And if I've been there before, I will tell you what I've ordered and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the Magic Kingdom. Honestly, not a big fan of sit-down locations here. I also don't really eat table service when I'm in the Magic Kingdom. But that doesn't stray away from the fact that I have eaten at sit-down locations here at Magic Kingdom. The first restaurant I'm going to talk about that's a table service over at Magic Kingdom is the Skipper Canteen. I've never eaten here personally, but I only hear great things about this restaurant. Every time someone brings it up, it's always a positive experience, great service, good food. This restaurant has more of like a Latin, African kind of cuisine, a mix of both, because this is based off of the attraction, the Jungle Cruise. So you kind of get different cuisines from where you travel within the Jungle Cruise. And if you like that dry humor from the Jungle Cruise, go ahead and totally eat here, because I've heard that the waitresses and waiters carry on that same type of humor throughout your meal there at Skipper Canteen. So yeah, if you really are a fan of Jungle Cruise, I would say go there. I was looking at the menu the other day, and something that I would probably order is the Falls Family Falafel. It's the plant-based meal option there, and I just love falafel. And if I don't get that, I would get the It Tastes Like Chicken, because it is entree, and it's like just a normal chicken entree. But from the description, it sounded great, and you can't go wrong with chicken. But those are two things that would probably catch my eye. The family falafel is more so like an appetizer, and it's $10, and It Tastes Like Chicken, because it is meal, is $24. So if you're going on a budget, I would say you can share the chicken meal, split it with whoever you're with. Or if it's just you and you like falafel, just go ahead and order that $10 falafel appetizer. It'll probably fill you up. I wouldn't know, I haven't done it yet, but that is something on my bucket list that I really need to do. I'm dying to go there. But let's just move on to the next one, since I don't really have much to say about the Skipper Canteen place, because I've never been. So this next sit-down location at the Magic Kingdom, I've actually been to, and it is called The Plaza. If your family or just yourself, you're into burgers, fries, milkshake, or turkey sandwiches, things like that, or ice cream, The Plaza is for you. Now, The Plaza is located on Main Street. You can see the castle from the seating area of the plaza. It's over next to the ice cream parlor as you're heading into Tomorrowland. So it's great location. So while you're eating, you can see the castle, and it's, kind of very Magic Kingdom experience. When I did eat there, I had this really great like mac and cheese entree. They no longer have that, so I had to relook at the menu to see what I would get if I were to go now. And I think if I went back now, I would be ordering the Plaza Club. It's a sandwich. It's $17. It has ham, turkey, bacon, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise. $17 is a bit much for a sandwich, but the Plaza is worth it if you're going to get a milkshake with your sandwich or you're going to get some ice cream afterwards. And plus, you're right there in front of the castle, so might as well just pay the extra money for a sandwich rather than getting it at a quick service. I really enjoyed my time there last time I went. This is also a spot where if you just wanted to get ice cream or milkshakes, you could. You don't have to get an entree if you don't want to. You can get an appetizer to share, and then just have some ice cream, because everybody enjoys a good ice cream. I really hope that they end up getting like plant-based ice cream, people who are lactose intolerant, so they can enjoy ice cream looking at the castle, because I think that's very important. But yeah, so that's the Plaza. It's, again, Main Street. You can see the castle right next to the ice cream parlor as you're heading towards Tomorrowland. It's a cute little area, and there's some outside seating in front of it as well. Very, very cute. Again, I would get the Plaza Club, which has ham, turkey, bacon, lettuce, tomatoes, and some mayonnaise, and that would be $17. But let's move on to the next one, because there's really not much more to say about the Plaza, unless if you like burgers, sandwiches, milkshakes, french fries, and you want to sit down and not do a quick service, the Plaza is the place for you if you're in the Magic Kingdom and you're looking for that. Now, this next restaurant is for those of you who love Thanksgiving dinner. I can't relate. I'm not a big Thanksgiving dinner person because I don't like carved turkey and all of that stuff. But if you really like Thanksgiving dinner and family style dining, you got to check out Liberty Tree Tavern. I have eaten here several times with family. My father loved going to this restaurant while we were growing up, just because it's family style. So everything is brought out to you, and you can pick whatever you like from this big skillet thing that they bring that has all the food. You get to pick whatever you like. So it's not like we have to, deal with family members being like, oh, I don't want that. Why are you ordering that? Or I want this. Everything just comes out. And the best part about family style dining, you can always ask for more of what you really enjoy. So it was a great time as a kid because I just really enjoyed it. My family enjoyed it. They used to have characters here. They don't anymore. Last time I ate here was in 2017, and I had a great experience. I was sitting by the windows, and it's over in Liberty Square. So I was by the windows. I could see the fireworks, and it was very, very nice. And it's very close proximity to the Haunted Mansion. It's also bordering Frontierland. So it's a really great location. But let's talk about the food. So like I mentioned, it's family style dining. So in the skillet that you would get that has a bunch of food, it's like a thing like this, and it has a lot of food. They would bring out, I wrote it down. I'm trying to read. So there's actually two family style dinners. So you have the normal one and there's a plant-based one. So I've never had the plant-based option, but knowing that they have one makes me want to go back so I can try it. But the normal option includes turkey, pot roast, oven roasted pork, stuffing, mashed potatoes, seasonal vegetables, and mac and cheese. And if my memory serves me right, that mac and cheese is great. I remember that was my favorite thing to always grab whenever the food came out. I'd grab the mac and cheese and I'd be like, can I have some more, please? Because it was super, super, super great. I really enjoyed that mac and cheese, but I love mac and cheese. So I'm never going to be upset with mac and cheese. So that was a great time. The dessert for this family style meal is the Ooey Gooey toffee cake, which I think I remember it being good, but I'm not like a big toffee person, so I don't think I ate a lot of it. But let's talk about the plant-based family style platter now. That includes a salad, meatless meatloaf that is served with mashed potatoes, seasonal vegetables, and an apple pie to finish it off. That apple pie, I love apple pie now. It came this past year, 2020, I learned I loved apple pie. By the way, Happy New Year's. It is 2021. Welcome. But anyway, I love apple pie now, apparently. So that really caught my eye. So now I really want to go ahead and try that plant-based platter skillet thing, family style. Also, it is $39 per adult for this dining experience because it's family style. I feel like it used to be more expensive because $39 is not that bad for all that food. It was probably more expensive when I was younger because it had characters. That's what I think I remember. But again, Liberty Tree Tavern is located in the heart of Liberty Square, right next to the Christmas shop, and the Diamond Horseshoe is also right next to it as well. It's a short walk to the Haunted Mansion. It's a great location. And yeah, I really enjoyed eating there growing up. And the last time I ate there in 2017, I had a blast. It was so much fun, especially being so close to the fireworks, and I still was able to eat food. So for Magic Kingdom, you have the Skipper Canteen, the Plaza, and Liberty Tree Tavern. They're all really great. It's kind of different price ranges, but they're still all table service restaurants. I would say with those three, you can't go wrong with a good meal, especially at the Magic Kingdom. If you have different favorites or different ones that you think are the best, put them down in the comments. Now, let's talk about Epcot. To me, Epcot is the best place for table service, so it's hard to only mention three, but let's just jump into it. Epcot literally has the best food. You can't go wrong with any of the sit-down restaurants here, but I'll just let you know what I think are the three best based on menu, food, and location. So here we go. My number one is Spice Road Table, which is located outside the Morocco Pavilion. It's on the water, and there's an outside portion and an inside portion, full bar. This used to be a great place to eat and watch the fireworks when Illuminations was still showing over at Epcot. I love this place so much. If your family is an adventurous family with food, I would say this is the place to go. Last time I went, I ordered the spicy shrimp. It was so good. And I got the little hummus platter, and that was really good too. But everything on that menu is good. Everything there is worth trying. This restaurant is more so treated like a lounge and more like tapas style. So if you're going with a large group or with your family, go ahead and order about 5 different plates for the table. Everyone can pick out what they want, and if you like something, order it again, or order something else once you guys are done so you can try something else. I think it's a great experience to have with friends, to try new food, and it just has a beautiful view of World Showcase. It really does, and I think the location is literally fantastic, and it's just my go-to place when I think of eating at Epcot for a reasonable price and to sit down and to relax after I've been walking all day. Again, Spice Road Table, it is beautiful. It doesn't break your bank, and it's a little adventurous. Not too scary, not too adventurous, but there's some things that you probably wouldn't eat in your hometown if you're visiting from somewhere else. I mean, even in Orlando, I can't get much Mediterranean and Middle Eastern type of food. So going to Epcot and eating here is such a great experience. So it's number one on my list because of the fact that there's a different type of cuisine, and it could be a fun experience to try something new with your family. My number 2 for Epcot are for those who love their small town, hometown Chinese restaurants. If you love Chinese from your hometowns, I would definitely say go check out Nine Dragons. I have never had a bad experience at Nine Dragons. My fiance and I eat here all the time just because they have some really big servings, so we're able to share our food. We normally ordered the honey sesame chicken, and I substitute the rice for noodles just because I prefer noodles. And we end up sharing it. We order some like veggie rolls and spring rolls, all that fun stuff to the table. And the service is always great. Everyone is always so kind. Sadly, right now, Nine Dragons is actually closed and not operating, but their neighbor, Lotus Cafe, is actually open and has some of their staples like the honey sesame chicken and orange chicken and the veggie rolls and spring rolls, stuff like that. They have that on the Lotus Cafe menu, so if you wanted to just have a taste of what it could be like to eat at Nine Dragons, I would go ahead and say go to the Lotus Cafe. I actually ate there the other day. But this restaurant never disappoints. And obviously this restaurant is located in the China Pavilion. It's when you walk in to the China Pavilion, it'll be on your left-hand side. It's very nice. You can always find reservations for this restaurant on the My Disney Experience app. It's never one of those restaurants where it's hard to come by a reservation. It also has really good options for kids, like the kids menu has everything that a kid would enjoy, and even like the honey sesame chicken, like your child could be trying something new for the first time that's not too adventurous or too out there. But I really do think that this restaurant is such a good place to go to if you are craving some really good Chinese food and you want something of a different cuisine, but you don't want to really jump out of your comfort zone. Nine Dragons is really a good place for you to go. Again, I think it has a lot of diverse options to choose from on the menu. So it could be great for a large group or for a family or just for some friends hanging out. This restaurant doesn't disappoint. And our number 3 at Epcot is going to be Via Napoli, because like I said in my quick service video, you can never go wrong with pizza. Via Napoli has a very strong fan base and a big following. A lot of people love this restaurant because, I mean, you can't go wrong with a restaurant that the like wood fire ovens are shaped, they're like faces, and the mouths are open, and that's the oven. So it's really cool. There's so many details. I've eaten there, I want to say like 3 times, and I never had a bad time. I actually met some like lifelong friends there. Last time I ate there, it was for the Eat to the Beat concert series, and that was in 2019. So it was during Food and Wine Festival, and they actually sat us at this like a communal table. They have a big table in the middle where they sit different families, and we were sat there. We were sat in front of another couple, and we actually found out we were from the same city and all this stuff, and we actually became really great friends. We still talk till this day, so that was an awesome experience. But other than that, the food is great, especially the pizza. If I had to recommend one thing, order the pizza. Whatever toppings you like, go ahead, order it. The pizza is always good. And I mean, you can't go wrong with some spaghetti, red sauce, and meatballs either. That's always a good time. They have so many different options that you would find in your neighborhood Italian restaurants that your family, if they don't want to jump out of their comfort zone and they just want pizza and pasta, this is a perfect place. It's really great. But for the Eat to the Beat concert, it was a fixed menu. So it was one price, and you got your appetizer, entree, and a dessert. So if you ever have a chance to do that, that would be great because you get to experience the whole thing. And it also saves you a spot for the concert that you are choosing to watch at the Food and Wine Festival. So we were able to get like second row seating in the American Gardens Theater for Lauren Daigle because we got the Eat to the Beat package. And it was really great. This pavilion is obviously the Italy Pavilion, which is between America and Germany. There's not really much to do in Italy other than eat, so why not dine at Via Napoli and grab some pizza? I would say though, if you are going on a trip with wine-loving adults, you gotta go check out the Tutto Italia wine cellar. I think that's how you say it. It's right next to Via Napoli. It's this little wine cellar, charcuterie boards, wine, lots of cheese. It's a really good place if you're looking to do something more like tapas style rather than eating a whole pizza. But Via Napoli is our number 3 for Epcot. And let's just recap. Number 1 was Spice Road Table in Morocco. Number 2 was Nine Dragons in the China Pavilion. And number 3 is Via Napoli over at the Italy Pavilion. Those are our Epcot picks, well, at least my Epcot picks. If you have different Epcot picks that you believe are the best, go ahead and comment those below. But we're going to go ahead and move into Animal Kingdom. Now, Animal Kingdom has good food everywhere. But sadly, I hardly get the chance to ever do any sit-down table service locations. But I will just go off based on what I've heard from other people and other reviews that I have seen. What I hear most of the time is that the must-do table services are Tiffin's and the Nomad Lounge, which are together, and Tucker House. But I'm really not going to really touch on the topic of Tucker House because it's a character dining, and I'm going to do a whole separate video about character dining. But I've never been to Tucker House, but if you watch the Diz Unplugged, you would know that Pete Warner swears by the Tucker House and that the food is great, the character interactions are great, and all of that fun stuff. But that is currently closed, so let's move on to something that's actually open, which is Tiffin's and the Nomad Lounge, which I can't really afford to go to. I mean, if I saved up money and I really wanted to sit down, I could go there. I only hear great things about this place. I know a lot of people get a bunch of small plates and they pick up their food, and that the lounge is really good as well, and that the food there is just phenomenal. But the only sit-down restaurant I've done at Animal Kingdom is Yak and Yeti's. That's the only one I can give you like a good opinion on. And Yak and Yeti just kind of reminds me of Nine Dragons from Epcot. It's over in the Asia section of Animal Kingdom by Everest. And you know what? I've never been disappointed here. I've heard mixed reviews, but I do enjoy the food. I like, again, the honey sesame chicken. Their food, I have nothing to complain about. They also had some really great drinks, but when I went, I wasn't old enough to drink though, but I had friends who told me about the drinks there. But all in all, I don't eat at any of these places because I always just end up at Satu'li Canteen. So, moral of the story is just go eat at Satu'li Canteen when you're in Animal Kingdom. But if you do want an elevated experience and you want to experience a sit-down location at Animal Kingdom, based on everything I've heard, go ahead and just do it. Go eat at Tiffin's or the Nomad Lounge. It's right before the entrance of Pandora. It has an outside area that overlooks the water, which right now is a perfect time to eat there because you can watch the flotillas that pass by. So totally check that out if you can. It is definitely on my bucket list for 2021 to eat more at Animal Kingdom. I feel like when I go to Animal Kingdom, I'm just so focused on seeing animals, riding Everest, doing the safari, and checking out Pandora that I don't really give myself a chance to prioritize food other than going to Satu'li Canteen. But just you wait, watch. I'm going to prioritize food at Animal Kingdom, and I will try to go to Nomad Lounge and Tiffin's and see what that's like. I got to look at the menu, see what's affordable there, and then I can give you a full review on that. But I need to give some more love to Animal Kingdom food. I realize I never really eat there when I go. Anyway, let's move on to Hollywood Studios. Hollywood Studios is another place that I don't eat at often, especially sit down, because I feel like it's a limited amount of sit down, but you have some pretty cool ones. From off the top of my head, one of the coolest ones is the Sci-Fi Dine-In. Yeah, it's like chicken tenders and cheeseburgers, but you get to sit in a car and eat in a car and watch old time movies. It's very themed. If you're into like themed dining, totally check out the Sci-Fi Dine-In, which is right next to Baseline Tap House and near like Muppets Vision 3D and Star Tours. It's in that corner over there. So definitely, I would say if you're into themed dining, that is something you should definitely check out when you're at Hollywood Studios. But another one that a lot of people are always talking about, especially Tim Tracker, is the Brown Derby. I've never eaten there, but I only hear great things. I hear it's such a great and different experience. So if you're looking for something a little more elevated, I would say definitely go try the Brown Derby. It's something on my bucket list. I want to do it so bad. Just haven't had the chance to do that yet in my lifetime. But again, I only hear great things about this restaurant. I've never heard anything bad about it. And then we got Mama Melrose. I ate here when I was a child. Again, guys, I have not eaten at a sit-down restaurant really at Hollywood Studios in so long. But my friends just recently went and ate at Mama Melrose, so they gave me their take on this. They told me they really enjoyed their experience. They said the service was great and the food did not disappoint. They had ordered an entree that had like steak, and it came with a pasta side that kind of resembled mac and cheese. And they also ordered the minestrone soup, which they said was great. It did not disappoint at all. They said pasta was definitely a hit with them, and it said it reminded them of mac and cheese, and that it was very flavorful, but in their words exactly, it's not your average Kraft mac and cheese. My friends told me that they would really recommend anyone to eat here. If you love fun Italian food, to go ahead and try it. Mama Melrose is over by the Muppets area near Pizza Rizzo, and all of that fun stuff. I haven't eaten there since I was younger. So I guess something else I need to work on in 2021 is eating at Hollywood Studios. All I know is that please, I'll talk about this in my character dining, but just don't go to Hollywood and Vine. Don't do that to yourself. But I do want to try, what is it called? I can't think of it now. Oh, 50s Primetime. I do definitely want to go there. That's on my bucket list for 2021. And when that happens, don't worry, there'll be a vlog and I'll show you guys everything and what that's like. But Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom are two places where I really need to start eating at table services. Because I normally don't. At Hollywood Studios, I normally go in for one thing and one thing only, and that's Star Wars, and then I'm out. So I never really stop for food at Hollywood Studios. And same thing in Animal Kingdom, but Animal Kingdom, my problem is I just love Satu'li Canteen so much. That's the only place I go to. So with those two parks, I really need to go try more. Magic Kingdom, I'm just not a super big fan of eating at a sit-down in Magic Kingdom. Unless it's a character dining experience, which I will speak about in another podcast setting. I will talk about character dining. That's what I do at Magic Kingdom if I am going to sit down, or if I want to sit down and eat somewhere, I'll leave the Magic Kingdom. So honestly, what we've learned from this video is that Epcot is the top tier place for table service dining. There are so many options. Obviously, I only named 3, but there's so many different options like Le Cellier, Chefs de France, Monsieur Paul, Spice Road Table, Marrakesh, which is in the back of Morocco, currently closed though. You know, there's a bunch of restaurants in the Japan Pavilion, stuff like that. There's so much to do at Epcot. So if you're saving a day on your vacation just for food and you want to try food, obviously that day should be for Epcot. That's the best place to sit down and eat. So if you really want a sit down type of meal on one of your vacation days, just do it at Epcot. That's what we've learned from this video. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, listening, however you were enjoying this information. Please comment down below what your favorite or your version of the best table service locations are on property. And if some of you guys are wondering, oh, what about Disney Springs? don't worry, I'm going to do a whole different thing on Disney Springs, break it down from stores to restaurants to all that fun stuff that Disney Springs offers. But again, don't forget to comment below. Please thumbs up this video, and again, thank you guys so much for watching this, and I hope everyone had a great New Year's Eve going into this new year of 2021. And honestly, let's just see what 2021 has in store for us. All right, I wish you guys the best, and I'll see you next time.